because all I'm going to get is marketing calls.
Right.
And so I'm like, I can't ring you. They're like, yeah, just do this. I'm like, do you understand? I can't ring you, and there's not payphones everywhere, and there's just nothing I can do. So I've had one guy that actually picked up the phone and called me the other day, so he's made it easier. But then when we spoke yesterday, he goes, look, he said, there's nothing new to tell you, but just so you know, I'm on leave for the next 4 days. So you've got to speak to this woman, whatever her name is. And I went, okay. And so he said, send her this quote, do this, do that. I said, okay. And I got an email from her saying, it's all been approved, all of this. And I said, yeah, amazing. And then she, so I emailed her back immediately and said, do I still need to get a quote from someone this morning, which I haven't done, but
all right, let me just check the mic packs here, don't move, I'll check it.
It's that. Oh!
Yours is good, let's check yours. Yours is,
Brent's not coming today.
okay.
So after this, is there anything else?
No. Uh-oh, this is
Natalie, you should invite someone else on the show. After.
power, eyes up.
Who is this person I should invite?
You have any friends?
Yeah, available right now, today. Sure.
Tell them, hey, come to Focus TV, have some coffee, Pop-Tarts.
Do you know I've never had a Pop-Tart?
You're not missing
You're not really
much.
missing out.
Really? Well,
She is.
oh,
The Pop-Tart advocate.
I mean, we should have her first reaction trying a Pop-Tart.
There you go.
do you know what though? I'm not much of a sweets person.
Never mind.
I watched you go crazy for a like iced pink Pop-Tart a few weeks ago.
Oh my god, do you remember that gross turkey burger that I
Yes, I do.
All right, go ahead and drop that
I
behind
don't know
you.
why I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, this is like probably a reason.
Because that's what you need to think about, the gross turkey burger that you ordered. Not the good food that you ordered, not the good time that you're having, the gross turkey burger.
No, seriously, that burger made me consider going vegan.
Wow.
That's a reason to do
It
it?
just had the worst aftertaste.
Ew.
Just like,
You know, when you're sitting with someone watching them pick through their food, you're like, would you like some of mine? No. I'm like, have some of mine.
Aww. I didn't even know you could overcook a veggie burger, but I had the worst, like,
brand.
it was at a restaurant in
Oh.
Franklin Village. I
There's,
know.
like, you know the veggie burgers that taste like actual vegetables?
Yes,
And then
yes.
there's veggie burgers that taste like meat.
Yeah.
Impossible burger.
My favorite veggie burger is, oh crap, what's it called? It's in Santa Monica. It's up.
Unami burger.
No. It's an actual restaurant.
Is it Bear Burger?
No.
Bear Burger's really good,
Oh,
and they
is
have
it?
a lot of good meatless.
Are you vegetarian?
Crap, I took my dad there.
Tried to be. Like, I'll eat fish.
I-
If you crop on her, you gotta
Here and there.
What about the split crop?
I eat seafood as well. I'm trying to eat less of it.
Yeah.
Went on a date with the chef the other what seafood do you eat? And I'm telling him, he's like, oh, they're bottom feeders. You don't want to eat that. You don't want to eat that. I'm like, shh, stop ruining my food for me.
I know.
I don't eat that much, but just let me
Yeah.
have my things.
All right, we're rolling. Stand by and get rolling. So again, you're going to
Possible
intro into that one
burger.
over there.
Always.
Just put the bar a little bit behind you again. And we are ready to almost go.
I've been streaming, by the way. None of you guys have been talking shit, right?
God, I can't stand Victoria.
Go for it when you're ready.
Okay. Sorry, I can feel frog in my throat. Welcome to another episode of Sadie Says. I am your host, Natalie Sadie, and joining me today is one of my girl crushes. I've been crushing on her for a little while. She is one of the founding members. Oh, can I do that again?
Right, you can look at her. Instead of looking at you.
Cool.
Go ahead. You could go to split. She can introduce split intro until she's at it, until she's not in the camera anymore. Oh, that's the best way to do that. Okay, perfect. Go
Okay.
when you're ready.
Look at me telling you I've got a girl crush on you. Welcome to another episode of Sadie Says. I am your host, Natalie Sadie. Joining me today is somebody that I have had a girl crush on for the longest time. Founding member of LA Roller Girls, Candice Hayden. Welcome.
Hi.
So it's a little bit embarrassing that I have just told you that I've got a girl crush, but I do, I can't lie. I found you on Instagram a couple of years ago because I've always enjoyed roller skating. I feel like I was born in the wrong era.
I share your pain. Yeah.
And you're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Now, how does one turn roller skating into a job?
Well, I was very fortunate to have kind of been given some opportunities already in the entertainment industry, and I never took it quite that serious. Like, okay, if something comes up, you know, I'll take it, and that's so fun to be paid to roller skate. I kind of grew up in the competitive world as a sport, so I was used to paying to skate. So if someone says, hey, you want to come skate around for a few hours? Absolutely.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit then. At what age did you start roller skating?
I started skating when I was 6.
Okay, so very little, and
Yeah.
easier to bounce back because there's no fear of falling.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, yeah, the earlier you start, the better.
And when did competitions start for you?
Pretty quickly. I liked it. I love the challenge. I love that there's always something more and new to learn. So I kind of took to it like a fish in water and went full force.
You made a comment before that you had to pay to skate back then.
Absolutely.
So to compete in roller skating, you're not earning any money, you're money.
Absolutely. It's like any competitive sport that's like an individual sport, more or less. We do exactly the same thing that the ice skaters do. So I grew up doing jumps and spins and pairs, all of those things. It's really, it's a big commitment. It's very rigorous.
And not just for you, but for your parents as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like a full family sacrifice situation.
And at what point did you say, I'm done with competing?
For me, I was very fortunate to have reached a high level at a very young age. So I traveled with Team USA when I was 13 through the time I was 17, all through high school. And by that time, having 4 world championships and taking AP classes for high school, I felt like I had accomplished, you know, most if not all of my goals by then, and I really wanted to be able to focus on my studies and prepare for college.
Okay, so 4 championships. That's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
And I was reading in 2001, you got a silver?
Yeah, so that was at the World Games in Japan.
Like, I just, as a spectator and things like that, you watch everybody up on the podium, and it's just a dream to sort of what it would be like to stand up there, and you actually got to do it so many times.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you go to college, so you stop competing, go to college. What did you study?
I studied international business, and I actually got my degree in finance, yeah, from Cal State Fullerton, so I stayed kind of local.
Okay, and did you enjoy the enjoy not competing anymore?
I did enjoy studying. I've always loved school, and I tried to keep myself involved in skating. It was really hard for me to just like cut cold turkey, and I was really passionate about giving back. So as soon as I stopped competing myself and retired, I got right into coaching. So I was actually coaching all through college as well.
And were you coaching just at an amateur? Were you coaching competitive skaters?
I was coaching competitive skaters, and you know, people just like I do now, no different. Learn to skate if you've never been on skates, all the way up through people that are competing at Worlds themselves.
And is it difficult when you're training people who are competing at Worlds, when you've been in that same position, is it hard to watch them go and compete? Do you women of, oh, I wish that was me, or are you just the proud
oh my gosh
mama on the side of the rink?
I definitely have experienced the mom side of it, I think, and I'm so much more, it's weird, it is so different when it's just a different gear to me. When it's me, I'm actually not as nervous. I think I kind of know what's going to happen. When I'm having to watch someone else that I know what they're capable of, I have all the hopes in the world for them, and all you can do, it's like you're sitting in the back seat. So I think that it's a little bit of a different stress.
Yeah. I've coached girls modeling, walking down the catwalk, and I think it's a different stress because, I mean, they're not competing for anything, they're not winning anything at the end of the day, but I have certainly stood on the side of the stage clapping my girls on thinking, oh my God, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
And when they achieve things, it's an incredible, incredible feeling.
Absolutely. And that's all, I mean, for me, I attribute it to like helping someone. My biggest thing is I want to help you achieve your goal, whatever it is. And it could be a high level at Worlds or something, or a specific ranking, or it could be I just want to learn how to skate backwards. You know, whatever it is, watching someone kind of get to the next level and know I can help you do that is the reason I think my favorite thing about roller skating.
It's such a beautiful sentiment, but I think people who teach were born to do it for that addict reason. They have that desire to see people sort of striving and reaching their goals. So you competed in 2001. Was that the last year that you competed?
The last year I competed was 2002.
Okay. So the reason I wanted to know, I have worked in the dance world. I've taught dancing, all of this, but in that world, you watch things evolve and you watch the competitions and all of that. And what won a championship, you know, 10 years ago wouldn't win a championship anymore because the girls come out and they compete much harder and they come up with new moves and new tricks and all of this. Is it the same with roller skating?
Absolutely. The level, I would say, on the world stage has elevated dramatically in the last 10 to 15 years. It's really incredible what people are doing on roller skates. I mean, quad jumps are almost more prevalent, or excuse me, triples and quads are happening on roller skates, and that's with weight on your feet. You know, ice skating, people are doing that too, and the last Olympics is really exciting to see kind of everyone pushing the envelope, and it's great to see roller skating is like really keeping on trend with what's happening on the ice side. I
can roller skate, I can stay upright, I can do all, like I can go forwards, I can turn, I can stop some days, you never know. But to watch people, because I know how heavy my skates are, to watch them doing jumps and things just blows my mind. I don't know how you all do it. Okay, so you got your degree. Did you go out and get a job in that field?
I did. Right out of college, I got a job working in insurance. And I did that for a couple of years. It was fun.
I noticed the eye roll.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because people definitely have a kind of like, I feel like that industry has like a little stigma or something. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I love work. Like I was kind of I was always been into me. Work comes pretty easy for me in that same respect, where you give me a job, I'm excited to do it, I want to do it, and so yeah, I didn't think of it as a drag, but it's definitely been a huge freedom to be able to take what I love to do and what I feel like I'm a true expert in. I think it's hard to say I've done 25 years of something. Not many people can say that. So I have 25 years in here, you know, and so I'm glad that that's what I get to use as my career.
Absolutely. So what was it that made you say, right, I'm ready to give up the safe full-time job, 9 to 5, what everybody calls a normal job, to pursue what you loved?
To be honest, it was a situation like it was a forced out. The company that I was working for closed the office down. It was like a satellite office, and everyone was kind of given the option to either take the layoff or relocate somewhere. And I kind of took it and said, you know, what can I do now? I'll take my chances, you know, and I haven't worked for a corporate company since. So it's been over 10 years now that I've just been working for myself on, you know, where my talent can get me, I suppose.
Well, I'm personally a big believer in taking that leap of faith. I mean, I did it moving halfway across the world, and I think that, I mean, these things can always fail, but if you don't take the risk, you never know, and the payoff is so huge when you do it. So I was looking online over the weekend, and I saw some of the people you've worked with.
Yeah.
The list is huge. So Chet Faker, Gwen Stefani, you were on that 70s show. You did a film clip for Norah Jones. Of all the people you've worked for, or worked with, who is your favourite?
That is tough. I did love working with Gwen Stefani. She took part in the scene that we did with her, and she's like such a tough chick.
She was on roller skates.
She was on
and
roller
she did
skates.
Well.
She did amazing. And what you can't tell from the clip is she was in roller skates that were like zipped up on the sides. Like she didn't even have like a proper tie. And she's looking amazing, killing it to camera. Like she was really inspiring. And she's from Orange County, which is where I'm from. So I've always grown up with like huge girl crush and just really inspired by her. So yeah, I think that was a really special moment. She brings her kids to set, and that was really cool too, just to see her real personal side and the kind of mom she is.
You learned to skate just for the film clip?
Oh no, she already skated, which is super, super cool.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah,
I think I just fell in love a little more.
Yeah, she takes her kids skating locally, I know, at the rink in Glendale. And because I did my research too, I'm like, okay, what do we do? What are we in for? And yeah, there's totally pictures of her and the kids. So yeah, she's a good little skater. She's got moves.
Okay,
yeah.
because when she came out, I sort of thought,
yeah.
Oh my goodness, she's on the skates. And then to watch her turn and everything, and the turns were quite tight that she was doing, I sat there and went, did you learn to do this just for this? The Chet Faker film clip Gold. You and two other girls skating down a highway at night. So amazing. I actually think I watched it about three. The skating was so beautiful. And then there was the whole thing of you had the whole road to yourself.
Yeah.
Was that super fun? Was it trying? Like, how did they stop the cars going down?
So we had like a lockdown situation, and it was actually on one of the roads that runs parallel to a larger highway. So, and in the middle of the night, there really wasn't a whole lot of traffic going through there anyway. But it was a challenge. I think for me, the biggest challenge was managing my speed. And in some of it, you can we had to skate from outside of the light, really skate fast to catch up with the camera. But then when you have all that speed and the camera's facing you, you have nowhere for that speed to go. You have to slow down. And for me, I'm like, I don't want you to see me slow down looking crazy, because you're seeing everything I'm doing top to bottom.
Absolutely.
So for me, that was the challenge of kind of like working that slow down into my movement and it not look kind of clumsy or anything like that, making it look really clean. But honestly, the team, my castmates, Apple and April, are just incredible girls that I've known for most of my life. So that was really special. And then the director was Hero, doing everything amazing right now. He's just like a killer director. So it was kind of a dream team. And the choreographer, Ryan Heffington, is like amazing. Does all the sea of videos. I'm like, I can't believe I worked with him. Yeah.
I had goosebumps when I was watching it, because it starts off and it's just you. I didn't even realize there were two other girls, and all of a sudden they come out.
It was just brilliantly thought out.
So beautiful. And the Norah Jones clip is just you skating beautifully in a rink. It's a complete contrast, but just so gorgeous. And if you Google you, there are all just these beautiful, it's almost like testimonials to this talent, and to watch it to all this different music unfold and all the different styles. Just incredible.
Thank you.
Now, the Roller Girls, LA Roller Girls, you started it with two other girls.
Yes. My partner and I co-own, and yeah, basically we were kind of already working in town, obviously a lot, and when people needed roller skaters or something, they were calling us anyway. So we said, why are we not doing something about this and just creating like a collective? And luckily for us, we're still both very involved in the sport of roller skating. So we are directly attached to like the greatest talent out there. And we're very fortunate to be in Southern California, where there's there's a large skating community out here. So yeah, we're trying to pull everything together and kind of drum up a little bit more work for all the talented roller skaters in our area.
And you hold workshops.
Yes.
Dance workshops.
Yes.
Which I am yet to do, but I've watched videos of those workshops and they seem like so much fun. Can any level of skater do it?
Absolutely. we try to have 2 or 3 instructors at every single class, and we limit the class size so that there are, you know, the student-teacher ratio is appropriate to facilitate all levels. So, like I said, I teach, if you've never been on roller skates before, all the way up to the highest levels. So we're all certified instructors, and so we feel, you know, if you're willing to try, we are absolutely willing to help.
And okay, so where can people get information about the workshops and yourself?
So basically, the best place I would say our social media is at LA Roller Girls on Instagram. That's the easiest. We put everything through there on a daily basis. Our Facebook page as well, LA Roller Girls. Myself, same thing. You can find me at LA Roller Girls, or my personal Instagram is at Candai, C-A-N-D-A-I. But yeah, that's basically it.
If you're not already, you need to follow her because the Instagram is just beautiful. Now, I ask everybody as we're finishing up to share something about themselves that followers wouldn't necessarily know about them.
Okay. Well, I love classic 70s rock music, and I have quite an extensive vinyl collection, and I play most of my music at home on vinyl.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that sound of the crackling of the vinyl.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's kind of my little thing.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for coming in. It's a bit of a dream come true for me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, that completes another episode of Sadie Says. I'll see you next time.